Important at this point, though, to have your say and to vote, because there's really little separating these guys at the top. I don't know who's going to be leaving tonight and then next week in our semis, but if you want them to make the final, you have got to pick up the phone and vote. Let's talk Tara. Let's talk Sasha. In a minute,
I love that.
The whole ballroom is getting behind it. You can see this awesome Tara behind. Just to be able to dance in that way in front of your name like that, what a trip.
I know.
Tell us about these guys. How are they doing, though, in your head?
Well, she needs a massive performance, and the last thing I said to her was, you need to go over the top, like seriously caricature. And she is. The problem with Tara is she's such a perfectionist, and she puts so much on herself that she doesn't, she gets in her head. A little bit like Marilu, but she's killing this. I really wanted the performance to be larger than life. And sometimes I watch the dancers and I just pray that nothing bad happens, like what happened with James just now when he went a little bit faster. I pray, and so far so good. She's really performing it. Well,
also, we were talking about this earlier. You know, you were saying how hard these guys are working. They're practicing every day, putting so many hours in. And that's the thing that makes you go, oh, please don't muck up, because you've put all this work in for these 2 minutes, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And she's doing really well. So well. I love it.
And
so
you can hear our crowd, our audience tonight in the quarterfinals going crazy, clapping along. And I think they're really on board with Tara, even though she is towards the bottom of the leaderboard.
Yes.
There's a lot of fan support out there.
She's
Look at
really
her.
Performing it. I love her. Oh, I love it.
Fantastic.
Watch this, watch it.
Great job.
She
we love
did
it.
The most amazing job. Sorry, sometimes you can see I'm just watching the screen, and I know I'm supposed to be commentating.
And I think, well, look, I think it's great having you here, because certainly you're giving us some insight into.
I literally am silent.
I don't think we've had a co-host that is engaged to any of the other pros, so this is really good.
No,
this
I'm
is not a
engaged
bad
to
thing.
all of them. Obviously, no, hang on, I'm not. I'm engaged to one of them, but I'm involved with every single one of them, and my heart is in my mouth the whole time. More so with Sash, obviously, but the whole time I never want anybody to mess up, and that's the thing. I feel people's nervous energy, and I'm just praying that they don't mess up. The amazing thing about that right there is that Tara was not as good as that in the dress run, and I said, this is great, like very clean. I just want you to just perform it more. And I don't normally get involved because, I mean, I do, but I don't like to throw a spanner in the works in case it messes them up.
Certainly at that point, you can say
all
you want during the week, but in between the dress and the thing, people are getting into their head between the main show. I totally get it.
I wouldn't be coming up to you saying, oh, you're on the wrong foot, because guess what? They're going to balls that up. Sorry, I said it again. No. But they are. They're going to mess that up for the actual show.
Is she allowed to say balls up?
Balls, like football. Like football.
Oh, you're allowed
to
say that.
Say it. Great,
good work, good work.
But she really performed that so much better than the dress, and I'm really, 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 really happy, because I really am praying for great scores for them.
Look at Bruno's falling.
Seems to like it.
Can we go to our judging camera right now? You can see that Bruno is seriously,
He's going over the top, isn't he?
Having some sort of
kind of
medical moment.
We need
so
some
that normally means I'd like to hope good scores. Like normally when Bruno gets that animated.
Yeah. I think if they were to get an 8, I would be very surprised and kind of a little bit upset. I don't want any 8s for that.
Okay,
I just think it was way too much commitment for that to be an 8.
When
other people have gotten straight 9s, that I just don't know.
Totally, and I agree with what you're saying. At this point, we really want the scores to be of a certain level, so that
look at this.
The fans and everyone at home.
The fans are loving us, Tom. Never watched Dancing with the Stars All Access before. Welcome.
Actually like it better.
Actually like it better. No commercials. Odds are in our
May the
favour.
odds be forever in your favour.
We're not trying to compete with the main show, but we actually do feel like we're better as well, don't we?
Yes, I mean, look, it's not about down there, it's about up here, because this is for you out there. It's super interactive. You want to tell us something or ask something or say how amazing
chat back to you.
We look? I mean, you can let us know at TWTS All Access. But right now, as we wait for those scores, tell us how much it means for Sash to be doing this well, because he's never got this far, right?
He's never got this far. The only 2 times that he's been pro before, he got out week 7, and he was convinced that rehearsing up to week 7 this season around, he was convinced he was going home because, you know, it was in the universe. And I kept saying, don't manifest it. I'm not about that life. And he's He's so unbelievably happy right now, very stressed as we all are, but for him, he's so unbelievably happy. This has just made his year, and that brings so much happiness to me.
Well, look, I think that, wow.
Sorry, they got 10.
A 10 from
Yes.
Kerry-Ann. Oh my
Do you know how
goodness.
good this is? This helps you get into the final.
A 10.
Oh my God.
Julianne a 9. And a 9 from
2
Bruno.
tens and 2
We will
nines.
take that.
That's great scores. I'm so happy. I
mean,
thought Bruno would have been down for a 10.
A 38 out of 40. I'm sure that they're going to be incredibly happy with that.
They're going to be to the top of the leaderboard. If they're going to be at the top, if not two points behind, you know. That's
and I think
high.
they deserve to be there.
Me
and I
too.
hope, fingers crossed, that they last through tonight and they
too.
make it through to next week. And then who knows, the final is after.